I lost everything: my money, my home, my sense of purpose. There was a moment when I didn't know how I would make it another day. Maybe you've been there, or maybe you're there right now, when life feels like it's crumbling, and every prayer feels like it's met with silence. But let me tell you something. God was never silent. I just wasn't listening. What happened next changed my life forever. And if you stick with me, I promise, it could change yours too. Because when I hit rock bottom, I found something more valuable than everything I had lost. And it started in the most unexpected way. I remember the exact moment I knew my life had fallen apart. It wasn't one single event. It was a series of small failures, bad decisions, and disappointments that built up over time. At first I thought I could fix it, work harder, do more, push through. But no matter how much effort I put in, things got worse. The business I poured years into collapsed. The relationships I thought were unshakable faded away. The bank account that once gave me security drained to nothing. I was lost, completely, utterly lost. And then came the questions that haunt anyone who has ever hit rock bottom. Why is this happening to me? Where is God in all of this? Did I do something wrong? Is he even listening? If you've ever asked those questions, I want you to hear me loud and clear. You are not alone. I thought I was alone. I thought I was abandoned. But looking back, I see the truth. God was speaking. He was guiding. I just didn't recognize his voice. But that was about to change. It started with surrender. Not the kind of surrender where you say, "Okay, God, I'll trust you," but still try to control everything. I mean real surrender, the kind where you let go of everything you're holding on to, even the things you thought defined you. I hit a point where I had no choice. I had nothing left. And for the first time, I stopped asking God to fix my problems, and started asking him to fix me. That's when everything started shifting, not overnight, not in some dramatic moment, but in the quiet, in the stillness, when I finally let God do what only he can do. And the way he did it, completely unexpected. It started with a whisper, not an audible voice, not a grand vision, just a thought, a nudge, a deep sense in my spirit. Be still. That was it. Not work harder, not figure it out, not try this new strategy, just be still. At first it didn't make sense. I needed answers, action, a way forward. But God was telling me to stop striving, to stop running. And let me tell you, that was hard. I had spent my entire life believing that if I just worked hard enough, I could control the outcome. But control is an illusion. And it wasn't until I let go of control that I finally saw what God was trying to do. He wasn't trying to fix my circumstances. He was trying to fix me. Here's what I realized. Sometimes losing everything isn't a punishment. It's a reset. It's God clearing away everything that's not meant for you so he can build something better. And that's exactly what he was doing in my life. But before he could build, he had to break down everything I had built on the wrong foundation. My identity in success, my trust in money, my dependence on people. All of it had to go. And once it did, something incredible happened. I started hearing him more clearly than ever before. Not because he was suddenly speaking more, but because I had finally made room to listen. And the first thing he showed me? Gratitude. Now I know what you're thinking. Gratitude? When I've lost everything? When my life is falling apart? Yes. Because gratitude shifts your focus. Instead of dwelling on what I lost, I started seeing what I still had. And more than that, I started seeing who God is. That's when I realized I wasn't in a season of punishment. I was in a season of preparation. Maybe you are too. Maybe what feels like loss is actually a setup for something greater. Maybe God isn't trying to take something from you. He's trying to give you something better. But first, you have to be willing to receive it, and that starts with surrender. So if you're feeling lost, broken, like your world is falling apart, I want you to try something. Right now, wherever you are, take a deep breath and say this: God, I trust you. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, even if you still have doubts, say it anyway, because when you start trusting Him, you'll start seeing Him move in ways you never imagined. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Losing everything doesn't mean you've lost your future. It means God is writing a new one built on trust, on faith, on purpose. And it starts with surrender. I thought I had lost everything. But what I really lost was the weight of trying to do it all on my own, and in its place, I found something far greater. I found God's way.